All right, so the last time I did, or the first time I did a Sorcery box opening on this channel, I compared alpha and beta. And you can go back and watch it. It's a longer video because I'm opening two different boxes. I'm comparing them, and I'm not really, when I open boxes for the first time, I'm not aware of most of the stuff in there because I like to be surprised, and I like, you know, hopefully some of that surprise transmits to the viewer, but mostly it's for me, so don't think like it's an altruistic thing. But I compared Sorcery and beta, alpha and beta, and so maybe now I'll compare beta and Arthurian Legends, and then whenever the next set comes out, I'll compare Arthurian Legends and that. I think it's a good thing. I don't know how much interest people have, and beta and Arthurian Legends do seem much, obviously, way more different than alpha and beta because they're basically the same cards in alpha and beta. And the print quality is a little bit better in alpha than beta. And then Arthurian Legends is better than beta. So, you know, I mean, other than, I guess, the summer beta stuff, I guess it might be, if you're calculating the worst painted set, the worst set or printed set, then might be beta. I mean, but it's still great. It's still awesome. The sticker is harder to peel off than previously. And it's good that they include these in every box, so then people have lots of avatars, and also there's avatars. Well, in Arthurian Legends, you can't really draft with those, use those avatars to draft because they're too powerful. Because they've replaced sort of the starter decks and just including the avatars that would have been in the starter decks in Arthurian Legends, so you just get 4 avatars, which I suppose is a good thing, but we still need a starter product, right? I mean, the game is not that old. It's practically brand new, especially because of the way that they've been, you know, going with one set a year. So we kind of need to have starter products that are on the shelves for a while. And if they're going to continue with one set a year, and they're definitely not going to go to 2 or 3 sets a year, which they kind of need to keep the game going and keep stuff on the shelves, then maybe they should have a perennial starter product that kind of fluctuates or does something. I don't know. Let's see. Infiltrate. Ordinary. There was just an elite in that. Oh, we got a foil. What is it? Exceptional foil. But I don't have a mountain pass. Huh. So, yeah, no, no curio. I'm pretty sure I have not opened any curios. As far as I can tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. And the curios in Arthurian Legends are very different than the ones in alpha and beta. And I kind of agree with, if you check out the Sorcery Contested Realm community, the Facebook page started by Mike Servati of, what is it, Art House Collectibles, I think. Anyway, he made a point that, and I agree with this, that these, Flame Wave, I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, that they aren't, the curios had a purpose in alpha and beta, that they were sort of things that they were testing out, things that like little bits of the history of the game, of how it was developed and that kind of stuff. And I don't think that these curios count as that. These are more what's it called? I don't know. Chases. So whatever rarity they're at, or whatever the name of the rarity, I don't know. The word curio, when it was used originally, and obviously words can evolve over time and be used differently, and maybe that was intentional for Sorcery all the time, but these ones are different, and I kind of think that it waters down the word, and that if they're not gonna, you can't really have it like that anymore. So maybe those are the only curios in alpha and beta, and then you just start calling the other thing something else. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about the curios and beta versus Arthurian Legends, alpha versus Arthurian Legends? I don't know. We might have to retire the curio thing, or I mean, Eric's curios, and you can keep using it, but I don't know. Even the beta curios were kind of pushing the envelope for what was, the history of the game. And I guess maybe, 20 years from now, those Arthurian Legends are going to be considered history of the game. But I meant just in the development stage, and I don't get the sense that, unless maybe they were planning that treatment for like the sirs and dames and all that kind of stuff, for the really high-end stuff, and then they kind of abandoned it because it was a little too much, either in cost or just, didn't, having too many of them kind of watered them down, and maybe then they shifted them in rarity and then gave them no abilities. So maybe that was a development. So maybe that does classify as curio. I'd be interesting to see what, justification, that's the best word, but, it carries a little bit too much weight for what I'm trying to get at. But how Eric's Curiosa classifies curio and why they made those the curios. Like why are they part of this? And I got a foil coming up, so hopefully it's something nice. Was on Warriors. Gyro Hippogrips, exceptional foil. That's still fine. Yeah. What do you think? It really doesn't necessarily matter what other people think. You can decide what you want to decide, and everyone is just one person with an opinion. So that's kind of what it is. So I'll bring up the foils just to keep them on screen. Oh, okay. Just there. Actually, I think the sorcery packs have just generally been easy to open. When I've been commenting lately on that, a bunch of cards have card games have had their packs easier to open. It's not just Magic. It's not just Pokemon. Flesh and Blood has always kind of been easy to open. So, I'd say it's kind of cool that things are getting easier to open. It's certainly better for this kind of activity, and also for, mass box openers that need lots of singles, stuff like that. The easier it is to open a pack, the better it is for that. But then also the easier it is to open the pack. The potential sometimes is that, this could be easier to reseal. So there's a balance there. The paper packs, I don't think you could reseal those after you open them. It's pretty much impossible because you're really just tearing them open. You're not even opening them along the glue line. And even if you did, I'm pretty sure it would take all the fiber along with it, and there'd be no way to re-glue them. But then apparently they just leave an awful mess behind that's difficult to get out, especially out of play mats. This little, another foil coming up. Trade, unique sight. Bring with Death. I haven't seen this one either. Each player may summon a minion from their cemetery here. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, there's the foil. Ordinary sight. Alright. We'll put the non-foil sight up because it's the unique. Now, the art on the packaging up until Arthurian Legends was very, I'd say, lackluster. especially compared to the cards and box art from other companies. And then Arthurian Legends just took it to a whole other level. I think these are a very important part of the beginning of the game and may continue to be so. Just anytime I've had them in my deck, they've changed the velocity of the game. Whether it's going in my favor, it goes even more so in my favor. If I'm doing badly, I either swing the game around or don't do quite as badly, right? So that's pretty cool. And I think I don't think anyone, does anyone talk about them? Let me know. I'm not really in the circles where people are talking strategy. I sometimes see it show up on certain Facebook pages, but I don't generally read that kind of stuff. Maybe I should. Undertaker Engine. That's a hit. Even though it's an elite, it's an important card in the game. But yeah, is anyone talking about those bugs? And what's the chatter? I mean, I definitely am not on the Discords because I dislike Discord, and so I have no real intention of using Discord. I suppose I'd use Discord if there was like basically no other choice to do whatever it is I'm trying to do, but it's pretty terrible. Maybe it's improved, but I don't know. It was a terrible service at first because it didn't. The call stuff was terrible because you couldn't use a microphone that was that had any sort of gain on it because it didn't reverse or cancel out the noise of people, because I have it on a TV, right? So I people when I'm talking on the internet, they're also broadcasting through my TV, and every other service that handled calls, like whether it was Skype or Facebook or even Instagram, or did you know Instagram had a call service? Anyway, they all managed to handle that, but not Discord. Nope, not Discord. And maybe it's changed since then, but I just got so annoyed with it that I uninstalled it. So the Sacred Scarabs, what do you think about those? Where do you think they're going to land in the history of the game? To the next Berserker? I don't think I've seen that ordinary. Huh. And I got in foil, so. I don't know. Ogre Goons. Alright. What are your favorite cards in beta? And I guess alpha as well, since again they're the same cards. Oops, got a sneeze coming. Sorry about that. You can never control that. Yeah. I'm Ebenezer Scrooge or Stebenezer. I don't know. Never Sneezer Scrooge. That's the thing with the like brothers saying. Oh, I missed the. Oh, there's the elite. Unlikely Alliance. Mage Slayer, ordinary. Ah, well. I don't know. Give a shout out if you listen to Dear Hank and John. I find it quite amusing, especially that bit with the Never Sneezer Scrooge. Sneezing is not normal. I never sneeze. And check out my doobly-doo below. That actually sounds wrong. So, when it's not in context for you've actually put something in the doobly-doo. Huh. Alright. Somewhere over there. So we're a third of the way through the box. Flanking maneuver. Exceptional sight. Elite Mortal. Seasoned Sellsword. Have I seen this one more? interesting. I assume she's undercosted for that with that ability on there. Oh, critical strike, nice. Dead Knight Demon. Alright. I'll put that stack over there. Throw her up there. Yeah, I might be going a little bit faster than the original opening. Updraft Drift, yeah, I've got that one. Exceptional Magic, Unique Aura, Atlantean Fate. Do I have this? Affected non-ordinary sites are flooded. They are water sites, only provide water threshold. Submergible. Is that in the water starter deck with Alpha? I think so. I know there's a lot of flooding in that deck, so I can't remember exactly. Lang, Pit Vipers, Worm Mortality, Unravel Sleep, Flamecaller. Huh! Interesting. That's actually quite a powerful little effect there that they got. Especially, again, with those Sacred Scarabs. Flamecaller, Sacred Scarabs. Bannerman. What's this? Oh, unique site. Roots of... I think I've seen this. Destroy everything. I guess I have to look up what everything means. Ragnarok, I guess, is the connection to that. Ordinary site. Oh, I should have thrown down the Yggdrasil on the ordinary site. Fertility. No, that's just the summon the... Alright, we'll put up Rustic Village. No, we'll put up Yggdrasil. Are you chomping at the bit for me to get through this quickly so you can see some Arthurian legends, or are we still pretty much in love with Alpha Beta cards? You know, because, I mean, I imagine the whole set at this point is known, that everything's been open, except for the curios, right? There's still things. Or do we know all the curios? I don't know. I guess we'll have to check out the... What those... That Norse couple that... I forget their name now. I'm sorry about that. But Master Trader. Anyway, I mean, the way that people talk about the curios, it seems like they're all known, which means every card in the set is known. But then, you know, I don't know. Are there curios out there that we just don't know about? That because not all product has been open in alpha and beta, that maybe we're missing one? You think there's one out there? Let me know. Pudge Butcher. Belfry, Elite Monument. Yeah, got that one. Bone Ravel. Oh. I don't know. I mean, I think it's more likely that we know all the curios in beta than alpha. Probably. Because there was more of it and there was more open. But even possible that we don't know all that. I don't know. Exceptional Mortal. Landade. Grapple Shot. Grapple Shot has been very important at the beginning of this game. I mean, as in its historical beginning. How important it'll be in the future. Anyone's guess. I think the Sacred Scarabs will be more important than Grapple Shot. But maybe I'm wrong. and it's for importance in history of the game. It was the Philosopher's Stone that was the most important until people started, having tournaments, and then Kythera Mechanism came out as the clear most important card in the meta, and maybe it will be going forward. But then again, who knows what? Oh, that was Ruins dual sight. Wait, dual sight Ruins? Huh. Interesting. But yeah, the Kythera Mechanism came out, and I don't know if it'll stay like that, or maybe we'll go back to Philosopher's Stone. Maybe there's some other card in there that's even more important than either of those. What do you think? Unique Twist of Fate. Oh. Huh. Yeah. I think Twist of Fate is a important card. You got that in your hand, and you start being more aggressive, and you start blasted out. You start noticing your opponent being way more aggressive with their avatar. Twist of Fate's coming. So, Dark Tower. I like the Dark Towers, and the other sight that allows you to have extra mana to start off. Rolling Boulder, Recall, and Browse. I think at this point I would notice a curio, unlike when I first opened the box. But then some of them are quite subtle and hard to tell unless you've memorized practically every card, which I haven't. I'm just familiar now with most of the cards. Gnomes, I haven't seen these. Huh. Lord of the Void. Huh. Yeah. That's big one. Wild Boar, Sea Serpent, Teleport. Lord of the Void. I think this has actually been a pretty good box, despite the fact that there hasn't been any cores or Philosopher's Stone or even any mixes. What's weird is out of the same box, I'm pretty sure, while I was in the draft, beta draft, I pulled a mix air, and then my nephew pulled out a mix air out of just one pack that he opened. I like the Flaming Sword. Oh, there's a mix aqua. Let's see. Oh, and a Riptide. So I don't know what the chances of getting the same mix in the same box. But, yeah, we both got mix air. I don't know which is the best mix. But it was weird that we both drew that on different days. And he just did it from one pack. I did it from 3 packs. Candlemass Monks. Spark Mage. I have an alpha mix aqua, so I don't really need this beta one. I mean, maybe to play with, but these are mostly going into a singles binder in the store. By the way, we're going to come up on Arthurian Legends. How did it do in your store? How did you have draft? Did your store do draft, or did it just sell product? Mega Amoeba, I've never seen that one. Moves by extending a single pseudopod from any part of itself. It occupies all locations. Oh wait, I've seen someone play that against me. Flamecaller. So what did... Because we're still at this point where stores are unsure about the product because they got upset with beta because they ended up selling it all and not having it in store to do events. I mean, I held back some, particularly for that, and then not many events actually came up. I had a big event, the Potato Cup, and I'm sorry I haven't put up the video for that. I just work 80 hours a week, and it's difficult to do a lot of things, and that one takes a lot of editing. There's a lot of hours in that thing. I mean, I didn't film the whole thing, but there's got to be a lot of footage for that. Anyway, it went really well, and I gave away a Rudy beta kit with the Amazon Warriors, and yeah, and also the champion. And so the first player chose the champion, and the second player chose the Amazon Warriors, and then what else was I giving away? The playmat, and Real Revenant, Voidwalk, gain +1 power this turn. Interesting. I haven't seen that. It's an elite foil, so no unique foil yet, but an elite foil is pretty good too. Oh, and the Devil's Egg, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So now hopefully the stores that carried, at least the ones that carried beta, remember another Devil's Egg. Remember what happened with beta, and this time they held back product, even though there's more waves coming, but hold enough product for the next wave. And I don't really think at this point, if you had beta and you complained about it before, that you really have anything to complain about this time, because you know what the deal is, and you chose to order more products. So then there's going to be new stores who don't know what the deal is and just ordered it because people are talking about it, like whether it's their patrons saying, hey, can you order some of this in for us? And they want to move it as quickly as possible, and then the people want to play it in the store, and they're like, I don't have any product to run a draft. But you can run constructed events and then wait for the next wave, wait for the next set. It's not Far East Assassin. It's not rocket science. It's card store science. And yeah, it's different than all the other card games. Like, because of its release method, right? You're used to 3 sets a year at least, right? But that's not what this is. So just treat it that way, that it's a once a year event that you need to get a bunch of, and it sells quickly, at least in my experience. Oh, the Seer. Is this a better... I can't remember the avatars now. I guess, because it took up the elite slot, so it must be better than the ones that were in the back, but I don't know, that fire one. I mean, yes, the being able to move cards around and look at cards, stuff like that, it's a great ability in most card games, so your ability to get more cards into your hand and understand what's coming next and strategize. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of glue on this one. Man, holy chow. What the hell? I can't even get, oh man. Oh, God. This better have the greatest, look at this. Have you ever opened a pack like that? And did it have a curio? I'm just suspicious. Mix air. All right. So no curio in this pack, but it had mix air. Did they end up opening it up? Oh, we forgot to put in the elite. Open it up and reseal it. I don't know. Just weird that one was particularly different than all the other packs. Just led me to believe that there was going to be something cool in there. Awakened Mummies, Divine Healing, Scavenging Fiend, and Bull Demon Adam. Sisters of Silence. Spin Attack. Huh. No. Don't remember if I've seen Spin Attack before. What do the Bull Demons do? Move 3 steps in a cardinal direction. When Bull Demons of Adam enter each location, they strike each untapped minion there. Interesting. I think this pack is kind of like the other one. Interesting. Will it have another mix? It actually wasn't like the other one, so I doubt it will. Raised Head, Rolling Boulder, Mix Aqua. Ha! Maybe they forgot to put the mixes in and they reopened the packs. Who knows? Or Reef Kelpie, Boil, Zombie, Spark Mage. What do you think? Now we're going to go on to Arthurian Legends. So just give me a chance to move these cards out the way. And you know what? I'll probably get a drink of water too. I'll have to step away. It's right behind me. Don't worry about it. So what did you see in this box? What was the most exciting pull that I had? And did I in fact mix a curio? I very much doubt there was a curio in that box. Nothing leads me to believe there was a curio, other than the weird opening of that one pack, but that had a mix aqua. So I mix aqua and I mix air. We got a lot of mixed airs in this store now. Water. I think I buried my opening tool. Bask in the glory of that box while I look for my opening tool underneath all these booster packs. There it is. I mean, it shouldn't matter that the box art is so nice. I mean, it. And in fact, I've seen some comments about that the box art is better than the actual art. This is from, I don't know, it was on another YouTuber's channel when he was talking about just selling Arthurian Legends and not actually caring about the game and not interested in growing the community, which is fair enough. I mean, he doesn't have to. You can get access to the product and you can sell it to people who do want it for whatever reason they want it. But the commenters, at least they're not as annoying as when MetaZoo and Flesh and Blood were out, where it's like we denied anyone even played the game. Like, it was ridiculous. It was stupid. I don't know why people were so against those two games. I mean, obviously, MetaZoo, really crapped the bed, and now there's Meta 2, if you didn't know about that. And so, anyone who's thinking of getting back into MetaZoo or sticking with MetaZoo now that it's been bought out and might be revitalized, I mean, if you thought the haters were annoying last time, they're going to be even more so. I don't care about MetaZoo one way or the other. It's not really for me. But I don't see the point in going after other people's games. Kelp Cavern. I kind of put those cards in my way. Shoot. I like this forge. It's pretty cool. This card. Yeah, so. But with Flesh and Blood, this whole no one plays Flesh and Blood thing was never true. There are clearly people playing it, just, not everywhere had a community that was thriving. And just because people aren't playing in your store doesn't mean people aren't playing a game, you know that, right? Like, was 80% of people who play Magic are not playing it in a store. Right? It's just a small percentage of people that are coming in the store. I mean, maybe once a year, another large chunk of, this Elite's at the very end of this Sealy Court thing. Oh, Sword and Shield. Exceptional foil. Anyway, the point is that people with the new MetaZoo and so like at least with, to get back to what I was talking about, at least with Sorcery, I don't think there was a lot of no one plays this game and it's just speculators selling back and forth to each other, because it didn't get crazy, the cost of the alpha and beta, especially beta, because it was, Team Covenant had it for so long and there was enough out there. Just there wasn't too much, there wasn't enough, so it didn't have these wild swings, and like Lorcana was coming out at the same time, and Lorcana was swinging all over the place. So that's where people were concentrating, I guess, those kinds of comments on. Although there's no way anyone could argue that no one's playing Lorcana or no one's interested in Lorcana. Disney, even though it's not my thing. So at least that kind of stuff disappeared in 2023, and we don't have to deal with the weirdos who hear there's an elite aura, Sylvan Splendor. Whenever you cast a beast or fairy, draw a spell. Oh, nice. It's just they see something that someone says, and then they start repeating it, and then everyone starts repeating it. It just makes me think of Nietzsche when he was like the first person who called the moon. Obviously, it was actually a different word in a different language, but the point is that guy was a genius, or girl, or whatever, and anyone else who agreed and started calling it that was an idiot. That's kind of how I feel about Golden Harp. Strike damage and life lost, loss caused by nearby is reduced by 2. Yeah? And this is an ordinary foil. So I'll just leave it up there. Put the Golden Harp up. I like the Thieving Magpie, and I've mentioned I like the Forge. Shameless Squire. When I did one draft of this, and tell me if this is normal. Each of the packs, the 3 packs that I opened in the draft, 2 had Sirs and 1 had a Dame. And I don't know, I forgot which was the Elite. Castles Ablazed. So I don't know, is that, common, uncommon, incredibly rare? I don't know. It didn't. I don't think it helped me in the draft that much because I didn't win, but I got some cool cards. And they weren't, only one of them was a less important Sir. I think it was, there's Sir Kay anyway. I can't remember. I think my nephew pulled Sir Kay. I think it was Bedivere or that I got. I can't remember. Hunter's Lodge. Charge. And I'm not entirely sure what the clincher cards are in this, and it's interesting because draft obviously it has different cards that are the most important cards, and then when people start doing constructed, that changes the meta. So the Green Knight, I think that's probably a hit. So I would think that that right now we're getting past the draft stage and people have been opening and they're going to start playing constructed, a little bit more constructed, a little less draft, and then the cards that are sought after are changing. Sword and Shield, White Knight. White Knight. Interesting that it's at a lower rarity than I think the Black Knight and the Green Knight. So, yeah. So this is in Elite Magic, and this is in Elite. Oh, King's Council. I guess. What does the King Council do? Draw a card for each unique ally. Huh. That's when Dames and Sirs come in important. And Shapeshift is an allied minion tries to transform. Look at your next 5 spells. You may choose a minion among them to be the new form. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Tries to I don't know about that wording. How about an allied minion transforms? Oh wait, I guess if there's no minion, then I guess he fails. I don't know. Someone tell me how that works. This is cool. Funeral Pyre. Huh. Stone Rain. Sir Pellinor. Nice. I like Sir Pellinor. Not the card, just of the Knights of the Round Table. Kills the strongest enemy minion, draw a card. Huh. Interesting. Honey Party, Cold Iron Rod. Ha! Disable Fairies. Red Cap. Nice. The Witch. This is what people are talking about, the Witch. The Witch is... Will she continue to be important going forward in the competitive scene? Maybe. But for now, that's what people are talking about. And I guess foil Witch is probably worth a pretty penny at this point. Knock the camera there. Oh well. Poison Well. Iron Man Talus. 13 Treasures of Britain. This is unique. When picked up, the bearer's controller draws a card. Teleport the treasures to the top of a random site or void. Huh. Interesting. Then Kythera Mechanism becomes important again. That's not. Sometimes there's a shine on these cards that almost seems foily, but it's not. That especially is true of certain Flesh and Blood cards and even some Magic cards. Sometimes, because they've been getting, more subtle with the foiling. Major City, it's an elite site. That do, okay, elite minions or less. Oh yeah, I gotta order some draft kits from Sorcery. I didn't order them at first because I thought they'd be coming through distribution, but apparently I gotta order directly from Eric Scuriosa. So I guess that's what I'll do at some point today, if I remember. Sermorian, don't know that one. See, one of my favorites was the Saracen Knight, and I don't think he's in here. Because whenever I ask about him, people are like, who? So let me know if you know who the Saracen Knight is and why he's important. I mean, people might include... No, I'm not going to make that joke. Exceptional Sight, Tooth Fairies, Frisky Red Squirrel, Unseelie Council. So this is start your turn. Players discard a spell for each fairy in the realm. Interesting. So these different councils have some interesting effects. I wonder how many council cards there are. Cold Iron Rod, Giant Killer, Sugar Plum Pixies, and Unique Sight, Broceliande. I don't know. Untap nearby fairies, tap nearby mortals, give nearby beasts stealth. Wow. Huh. Ordinary beasts, foil. I like the Ominous Owl too. Let's sign up there. That's a cool. I like the Babbling Brook art. That's nice. Whirlwind, Lugbog Cat, Guards, Elite Magic, Common Cottagers. A lot less foils in this box than the beta box. Is there less foils in general? That's interesting if that's true. Does, make foils, they were already sought after, and that increases it a little, or maybe my box just isn't as good as the others? Let me know. How many foils are you supposed to get? Beta was somewhere around 6, I think. 6, 7. Alpha was a little, in a box was more because there was 3 extra packs in a box. Purple Knight. Swears it don't. So, Giant Killer. Oh, Sir Percival. Nice. That's one thing that people are arguing about. Some people dislike it. Some people are okay with it. Some people like it. That the Sirs and Dames are sometimes elites that are called uniques, as in their pull rate is elite level, and they take the elite slot, just like uniques take the elite slot, but they're called uniques. But that's a mechanical reason that they're called uniques, so it looks like Sorcery is concentrating more on Grasswit Helmet. If the bearer would strike damage, prevent it, and returns helmet to its hand. Okay. Little flesh and blood there for you. The rarity is less important in the word unique and elite than the mechanics. So the company is more concerned with mechanics than rarity, at least for the theme of this set and maybe going forward. And some people dislike that, and some people really like that. Annual Fair. Oh. Huh. This Annual Fair kind of helps a lot. Fix some... I don't know how necessary that was. It wasn't really that hard to... Oh, Monstrous Lion. Elite foil. Well, where do you lie on that with the unique and Sirs, Madames, Sirs, Dames? Verdant Knight, Pukas, Myriad Formians, Sir Agravain, that's another guy I don't know. Wall of Brambles and Band of Thieves. Huh. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think. I like that Monstrous Lion. Charge, can't attack sites. Interesting. He's only got ordinary claws and can't dig into the ground? I don't know. Siege Giant, Thundering Giant. Castle Servants. Dog. The Strays from the Trope. The Owl. Anyway, it's a fun draft experience. I did enjoy that draft that I did. And I think I may have done 1 or 2 beta drafts, but I think Arthurian Legends was a much more fun draft. What do you think? Dame Britomart, I have that one. So that was one of the dames that I got. And Band of Thieves is the foil. She sounds like her, you know, like someone's ancestor, and this someone now owns a grocery store chain, or had a grocery store chain in the 50s through the 70s and 80s and 90s that kind of got destroyed by Walmart. I don't know. Well, I can't be the only one that thought that. Magic missiles. Shrewd Huntress? Huh. Is Robin Hood in this? I haven't heard that. Oh, I'd love to pull Robin Hood. Anyway, that's the box. Let me know what you think, what I got. And yeah, these foils, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so maybe it has the same. I mean, it's only 24 packs, so 36 packs in beta and 39 packs in alpha. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks a lot.